Hi everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a battle against Sara, and her team is very cool, as you can see there. It's very well balanced, so that's going to make for a great battle. And that said, we are going to get right into the battle. So, she led with Metagross, and I led with Charizard. So, she switches out right away, doesn't want to get hit with a fire move, so she comes in with Starmie. And I'm going to go right for the Mega Evolution into Mega Charizard Y. And Drought is going to activate to turn the Sunlight harsh. So I went for the Flamethrower, and even though it's not very effective, it does about 2/3, so that's good. Then she outspeeds me and hits me with a Hydro Pump. I stayed in because I knew I could survive any water attack because of the Sunlight. And then I'm going to hit her with an Air Slash, and that is going to take her Starmie down. So then she comes in with Dragonite. And I switch out here, predicting an extreme speed. I want to try and save Charizard, so I come in with Trevenant. But she actually goes for the Dragon Claw instead, and that drops me down to about half. But then I have my Citrus Berry to regain some health. And then my Harvest is guaranteed because of the Sunlight, so I get my berry back. Then she hits me with another Dragon Claw, which drops me to about 1/4. And then I have my berry again to regain some health. And I go for the Rock Slide just to do as much damage as I can. And that does a little more than half, so not too bad. And I get my berry back guaranteed with Harvest, which I'm going to immediately consume. So she switches out at this point. She knows she's not going to outlast me. So she comes in with Metagross. But I actually predicted a switch, so I went for the Drain Punch. And as you can see, that doesn't do a whole lot to Metagross, but I do gain a little health back, so that's good. And that's it for the Sunlight, but I get lucky with Harvest and get my berry back again anyway. Then she goes for the Mega Evolution into Mega Metagross. And she goes for the Ice Punch. And that is actually going to be enough to finish my Trevenant off, unfortunately. So then I come in with Thundurus, and she's going to switch out here and come in with Sylveon. And I don't know how she made that call, but it was a good one because I went for the Dark Pulse. And that didn't do anything, as you can see, and I am going to take some damage from the Life Orb. So now I have to switch, because I can't really do much to Sylveon with Thundurus. So I come in with Bisharp instead. And that was a good call, because she went for the Psyshock, and that didn't do anything. So then she has to switch out, and she comes in with Pinsir. But I anticipated a switch and used Stone Edge, which nearly takes Pinsir out in one shot, but she does survive. But I am just going to hit it with that Sucker Punch to finish it off. So then she sends in Rotom Heat, and that is going to force me to switch back into Charizard, basically as fodder, just to see what she's going to do, and Drought is going to turn the Sunlight harsh again. So she goes for the Thunderbolt, actually, and that is going to finish my Charizard off. So then I come in with Ambipom, and I go for the Fake Out just to get damage and the obligatory flinch. That did about 1/3, so not too bad. And then she is going to regain some health with her leftovers. So then I go for the Knockoff to do some more damage and get rid of those leftovers, so that drops her down to about 1/3. And she goes for the Overheat to do as much damage as she could. That's going to drop me down to my focus sash, and her special attack is going to be harshly lowered from that. So she switches out then, and comes back in with Dragonite. And I went for the U-turn just to scout and also get the switch out. And that's not going to do much, but it is going to let me switch out, which is what I really wanted. So I come back in with Thundurus. And here she outspeeds me, hits me with the Dragon Claw. And that drops my Thundurus down to 22 health. But I do survive and hit her with a Thunderbolt, which is going to finish her Dragonite off. And then I barely survive the Life Orb damage with 7 health. So then she comes in with Metagross, and she's just going to go for the Bullet Punch to finish my Thundurus off. I didn't switch because it wasn't really worth saving with that little health left. So then I'm going to come in with Vaporeon, and she goes for the Earthquake. And that is going to do about a third, not too bad, but then I hit her with the Shadow Ball to drop her down to about a quarter, which is even better, and I'm going to regain some health with my leftovers. So then she switches out to save her Metagross, and comes back in with Sylveon. I anticipated a switch, so I went for the Scald. But even so, as you can see, that barely did anything to Sylveon. It is very bulky on the special side, and I am going to regain some health with my leftovers. So then I'm going to switch out. Can't do much to this thing with Vaporeon. So I come back in with Bisharp, and she goes for the Moonblast this time, and that drops me down to about a third, but I do survive, and this turn I outspeed her and hit her with the Iron Head, which is going to finish her Sylveon off. So then she comes in with Rotom Heat again, and she goes for the Overheat. I didn't go for the Sucker Punch here because I was predicting a status move instead, but she got me instead with the Overheat, and that finishes my Bisharp off. She did get a crit, but it didn't really matter. I would have been taken out from that anyway. So then I come back in with Ambipom, and I go for the Fake Out again to get the damage and the obligatory flinch that drops her pretty low. Low enough so that this turn I can use U-turn to finish her Rotom Heat off, and get the mandatory switch out as well, which is also what I wanted. So that lets me switch back in with Vaporeon and get another turn of recovery with leftovers. So then she sends Metagross back out. This is her last Pokemon. And she's just going to go for the Earthquake one more time. But I am going to survive that with 51 health. And I am going to hit her with a Scald to finish her Metagross off. And that is good game, Sara. So great battle. Thanks for watching again, everybody. As always, feel free to like and or comment on the video, as well as subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more new videos in the future. So that's it, and we will see you next time.